afternoon. I am here to talk to you about my Driftwood wind chimes. Look at these. Here is one that I just finished. I found this piece of driftwood on Minnesota Key. The shells, all 30 of them, are from our local beaches. I use jute cord that I tie around the driftwood. First of all, the driftwood gets soaked in a bleach water mixture in a Tupperware container in the bathtub. I soak it for 3 or 4 days, and then I put them out on the lanai and let it sit in the sun for a couple more days to give it that light and driftwood color. The shells, this is hemp cord that I string them up by, and all of the shells I found on our local beaches. I'm very, very picky about all of my shells, even my wind chime quality shells. Most of the shells that I use on my wind chimes, they have not passed my quality control for necklaces or earrings. However, I absolutely love them for wind chimes. When it is all done, they make a really, really pretty tingling sound. When they hit, right now they're bouncing off the wall. I don't yet have a tripod to film my videos with, but I have one coming from Amazon, so it will be here shortly. But the wind chime makes a really pretty tinkling sound. I just love the different personality of all of the shells. I never know what the wind chime is going to really look like when I start laying out all the shells. It can take me hours to do this because I am so type A, I am so picky. I'm going to take you over to my work table right now, and I'm going to show you a wind chime that I am currently drilling holes in the shells for to string together tonight. Okay, I am now at my work table with my mat that I use. Here's the piece of driftwood that I have picked out for this particular wind chime. I have my jute cord right here that I am going to tie around the driftwood to make the hanger for. And this is a 5 strand wind chime. This one I've decided to incorporate some sea glass with. I get all of my sea glass from a company called Gem Bead Sales, located out of Colorado, and this is cultured sea glass. I accidentally ordered sea glass with 2 holes in it once and got the bright idea to incorporate pieces of the sea glass in my wind chimes, and people have loved it. So this wind chime is going to have sea glass incorporated in it. So you can see some of these shells I have already drilled the holes in. It has taken me a couple years to figure out the best way to drill seashells. First of all, you need to do it in a little bit of water. This is an old creme brulee pot that I use, and I put just a little bit of water in there so that way the dust from seashells you definitely don't want to breathe in. So I recommend using a mask. I tend to use N95 masks, and I've been using those since well before COVID was even a thing or hit. I did not use my never mind, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, I am going to keep my mouth shut about that. But needless to say, I do wear my N95 mask when I drill seashells and sand down some of my resin pieces. I also use these diamond coated burrs with my Dremel. You can see how many were in here. This was a brand new pack before I made my last wind chime and this wind chime. I'm actually working on 30 wind chimes. They each have about 30 shells. Sorry, I'm working on 3 wind chimes right now, and they each have about 30 shells, so that's about 90 shells. I'm not quite done drilling all of them, but I will definitely go through an entire box of these diamond coated drill bits, even with the water and my Dremel, because seashells, whether you're using diamond tipped in water, high speed, the seashells don't break, but the drill bit tips do. If you have any better suggestions, I've tried every drill bit out there. I've tried cheap ones, I've tried expensive ones. I get the same result. They just break at probably everywhere from any 3 or 4 shells. Sometimes I can get upwards to a dozen shells per drill bit, but that's pretty rare. So I drill it in the water and then I lay it back out. I take a picture. Like I said earlier, it can take me hours to lay these out because I want to make sure that I don't have like 2 orange shells next to each other or 2 gray shells next to each other. It's okay to have every other. See how I kind of have every other there, but I am just so picky with my shells. I like to do different little things on the bottom. I love picking up some of these broken shells like this. This is a keyhole limpet, which I love, but again, the edges are kind of broken and chipped, and it does not make good jewelry shells, but they do make perfect wind chime shells. And I just, again, love the personality of each and every one of these wind chimes. Okay, I have now finished drilling all of the shells. Next step is to drill holes in my driftwood. I mark where I want each strand to hang from on the driftwood, and then I drill a little hole with my Dremel, and I have some screws that I then screw into the piece of driftwood. I will show you a picture of the finished product when I get it all done. Okay, so I am all done stringing the strands of seashells on the wind chime, and it is all done and ready to be photographed and listed on my Etsy site. So as you can see, there are the 5 strands with the sea glass and the seashells on it, and this really gorgeous piece of driftwood. So that is what the wind chime projects look like from start to finish. And I will try to figure out how to attach a link to the wind chimes on my website at the end of this video. I'm not quite sure if I can figure it out, but I will sure give it a try. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I also finished this oyster shell wind chime, so I thought that I would add that along to this video as well, since we were talking about wind chimes. I just finished this tonight. I have a lot of bookkeeping to do this week, so I decided just to press forward and get as much work done as I could. So this is all different shades of gorgeous oyster shells, and it makes a really nice tinkling sound. The piece of driftwood, again, is one that I found from the local beach. All of these shells and the driftwood I always find from our local beaches and try to incorporate in my crafts. So anyway, there's that. Hope you have a great night.